Welcome one and all to Saturday the 19th of October on Bike Racing Without Mercy. I'm Phil Lovett. And look, I've got yet another new low in terms of my pre-drinking or eating anything weigh-in. 64.1 is as low as I've gone, yet I have increased the calories over the last week. So that probably does tell me that I probably cut a little bit too heavily over that little mini 2-week cut, and there's probably a bit more room to increase and yet maintain around about the 65 kilogram level. Time now for some pre-deadlift amino acids and cold coffee. But first, I thought I'd show you this nice autumn London skyline. The moon is still up, but London looking calm and splendid. Amino acids, cold coffee again. There's the cherry amino acids. I need about a 20-gram serving or so. Because I'm at the bottom of the pack, I pre-prepared a little scoop of coffee. Everyone knows that cherry flavoured coffee, cold, is the perfect way to start the weekend. Enjoy. I must confess that I have come to quite enjoy our little time together in this lift, where I can tell you about what I'm about to get up to. But I just wanted to point out that nice though this recently replaced lift is, it's an Otis. And you can kind of see, so it just isn't a substantial, oh sorry, I haven't hit the ground floor. It just isn't as substantial as that really lovely Prussian Krupp that I was riding in Germany. Well, there we go. Anyway, just about to hit the deadlifts and looking to kind of build back up on the strength and move away from the UDT on those. You can see it truly is a very nice autumn morning. It's one of those kind of feel-good mornings. Unfortunately, my right hamstring here, it's not feeling quite so good. It's feeling quite tight. And so I think I'm gonna warm up with some single leg deadlifts first in order to really stretch off each hamstring, because obviously I want to have a decent race tomorrow. And I'm aiming at the Deepak.Fit Climbers Day in Innsbruck, which covers the Achterberg course, where you do a couple of climbs around about 400 meters. Nice power climbs. 95 for 1.
Put it into you. That's it.
Yeah, felt all right. 100 for 1.
Put it into you.
I had it. So you're seeing like 100 1 rep's not really going to happen. So I'm doing a proper back offset here, as many reps as I can with my body weight, i.e. 65 kilograms. Although of course, as you saw this morning, I am now 64. As you can see, that is a very good cardio workout also. That'd be more than sufficient for the deadlifts today. So just had a very quick look at the playback of that set of 21 or whatever. And instantly, and we can show this in slow-mo, you'll see what I'm doing wrong. The back's nice and straight, the legs are good, the form is solid. But for each rep, I'm starting the movement with my shoulders slightly over the bar, whereas really it'd be much better in terms of leverage to start with the shoulders in line with the bar, as I talk about on my how to deadlift training session. And as a result, for every single rep, I'm being pulled forward slightly and have to kind of fight to bring the bar back in order to then initiate the rep, and that's why the rep comes up quite quickly once I get the bar back in line with the center of my body, as it were. So definitely a technique improvement to work on. So clearly today, my 1 rep max deadlift has dropped from 105 kilograms, which you'll see in my jet lag video, where I did a nice rep for 105, to really 95 kilograms for one nice rep. And that's quite a big drop. And it might be down to the fact that yesterday, notwithstanding the fact that it was a bit of a botched training session, the overs and unders and the 40-20s into threshold, botched though they were very intense. And so that may have impacted on my energy and performance, but we'll see. But the reality is, you know, if you're dropping a bit of body fat, albeit unexpectedly currently, because I was hoping to maintain my weight at 65 kilograms first thing on the scales, there does come a tipping point where your strength in the gym, and I guess your power on the bike, will be adversely impacted. And so that's another reason really for me to kind of focus on sustaining weight, and maybe upping the calories a tiny bit more to achieve just that. And so I'll keep reporting back on this kind of quest to sustain a 65 kilogram weight on the scales and 66 kilograms racing over the next week or so.
Hello, and coming up on today's show, our very own Phil Lovett takes us around London town in his wonderful 2005 XKR 4.2S. Sexy!
There's no school like the old school. There's not even a sat-nav in this thing, just 3 lovely old dials. And even a cassette player, check that out. Welcome to my Jaguar XKR 4.2S. It's very much an end-of-the-line model, a 2005 plate, where they basically chucked the entire parts bin at this car, so it's got all of the extras, save the sat-nav, which I very much like. And I adore this car. I used to have one back in sort of 2005, 2006, but I quickly traded it up, regrettably, for the newer version, the Jaguar sort of next generation XKR. But I never liked that as much. It wasn't as Jaguarish, if you get my drift. This feels like a lovely place to sit in and be, and it's very pretty on the eye, obviously. So I adore it. And you can pick them up still relatively cheaply. I mean, for a good one with relatively low mileage, this has got like 50 odd thousand miles on it. I'd guess anywhere from 17 to 20,000 pounds. And you got to put that into the context of the amount of car you're getting versus, I don't know, a brand new Ford or Vauxhall or Kia or VW or something like that. It is incredible for the money, but, and there is a big but, they're not particularly cheap to keep on the road, and you know, if you want to keep them really well maintained, and that's even via an independent dealer, which is the one that I'm just about to go to now. You know, I've had to spend, you know, quite a lot of money on this, and I'm just probably about to have to spend a fair bit of money to treat a little bit of rust that's early stage, but I want to nip it in the bud in order to keep it in tip-top condition. But an incredible car just to waft around in. Rarely do you drive a Jaguar, you know, quickly. Obviously this can go, it can accelerate really well because it's supercharged. But the way you drive a Jaguar is very, very gently on the accelerator. You only touch about, I don't know, the bottom 1/8 of the accelerator. You just gently touch it, you waft along a little bit and ease off, and then waft and ease and then waft. There should be nothing too jerky about driving in a Jag. It's all about the smooth delivery of power, much like, I guess, an FTP. And here we come to the destination to relieve me of my pounds, which have gone up in value as a result of the recent potential for a Brexit not to be as bad as everyone thought. Les Pauls. Yep, the damage is going to be in the 1,500 to 2,000 pound range, so time to leave the Jag here and get the train home. Now for a Londoner, that is a very irritating stat. Time for a little supermarket visit. Show you what I buy. Cashews, obviously. Raisins, obviously. And these are good as well. Can I say I like a rice cake? These are good if you just want to load up a bit of peanut butter and jam on top. These are great pre-ride or pre-workout. 89p off. Now that is a result. Natural energy drink, these are really nice. Time for a change from the blueberries and swapping into raspberries. Some galas, carrots, carbs, oats. Don't need them today, but they go in the basket quite often. Baked beans and toast, who does not love that? And the peanut butter's coming back on stream. Got loads of the jam. These are a good source of protein and omega-3 fats. Haddock cod fillets, always a mainstay of my diet. All of these are nice, and they're pretty low in fat as well. 60p off, excellent, I love these. Hippie milk, but my personal favourite. I'm also loving a coconut at the moment. Protein yogurts, pre-bed protein to help repair muscle damage at night. 3 for 2, genius. Batteries on fumes, but low fat coleslaw.
All of your Tesco points.
Definitely one of the nicer ways to come back from your feed shop.